The reason why the game audio is low is because I tend to normally do commentary on streams. Because if I turn the game volume any higher, then you'll likely not hear me. But if it is still too low, the game itself, let me know, and then I will happily turn it up a bit to when it's hopefully hearable. If that's even a word, but hopefully you know what I mean. Okay, we'll do so then after I finish this level. Actually, I could do it whilst doing this quick cutscene. Let's try that, see if it balances out. Okay, that's good to hear. I'm glad I've sorted out the game volume. Hello, Whip. Yeah. I missed out on the one cycle because I was simply too slow hitting her with the club. Only by literally inches, but not the end of the world. Pretty much. My PB split for this category is actually 137, but on the leaderboards it's like 138. So I guess if I get a low 38 after this run or something, I guess technically I can count that as the world record, even though it's not actually my PB splits, but I can just submit it to update it slightly. I don't know. It's unlikely I'll get a 138 though, given this is a one-off run. But if I happen to, then yay, go me. That's all I can say really. Max percent though is easily like, there's a lot of time to save in this category still under my splits, so I could knock it down by a little bit if I get around to doing max percent runs again fully. Are you talking about in terms of speedrunning or just in general? Speedrunning. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there's really not much we can really do. Just hope that people randomly show up and decides to want to run this game or MediEvil 2. But until then, we can just watch and wait. I keep missing that bloody star rune, dude. Not star rune, time rune is it called? I can't remember the last time I actually succeeded in making this jump. Hello Energy, welcome to the stream. Pretty much. They designed them to make them reasonably good against certain enemies, but for speedrunning, it's not really handy at any point in the game. Oh, thanks for the follow. Yeah, sorry if it took me a while to get back into MediEvil. But I do plan to get back into it soon. But I'm planning to do a bit of MediEvil 1 and 2 all at once. And then maybe go back to like max percent afterwards. I think I wasted a bit too long getting that energy vial. It's not like I really need health at this point. Time to collect another weapon that is not used at all throughout this run. everybody should love this game. And hope I will love the remasters too when that comes out. Whenever that will be. Unless some personal things are going on by then, no doubt I will be streaming the remaster when it does come out. Knowing my luck, that I bet you some real life things will get in the way that will stop me from streaming it, like on the release date. But if that happens, I just have to wait till I can. Simple as that, really. I knew who made the game, but I didn't obviously know how old they were when they actually did make it, or start making it. If they were teenagers, then fair play to them. They must have the talent from the get-go. Which I had that talent when I was their age, when it comes to developing games. I mean, it's never say never in terms of like trying to learn what you love, but it would have been nice to have learned it like when you were a teenager rather than like how old I am now. That's crazy. I say the same thing again. I wish I had that creative mind when I was like a kid, or even a teenager, but oh well. It's obviously a bit too late now for that to change. What do we get next after this? Oh yeah, we do actually get a handy weapon after this. I think... I'm trying to think now. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying to think the weapons we get after this now. I think every single weapon from here on out is handy in some way, bar magic longbow, I think. Can't think of anything else. I don't want to overthink though, because I need to try to focus on playing this game at the same time. Well, keep in mind the splits I'm going up against are average splits, because from actual PB splits I don't have anything, so I can't really tell how I'm doing. I just feel with having these on, it will make my stream a bit better to look at, as silly as that sounds. But these average splits are like about only 2 minutes off my PB, I think, something like that. So it's average enough, I guess you can say.
Return hither. You will not find my next conundrum so simple. Return in haste, Sir Knight, for I wish to see the despair on your face when you hear my next cryptic puzzler. I pretended that riddle was hard, but in truth it was obviously irrelevant. This time, however, I almost pity you. The answer to my next vexing enigma has eluded the finest minds of a whole generation. Tell me to me.
It's not hard to do, really. It's you just hold. You know, I just do it so casually. I actually don't remember myself what the combination is. I think you just hold down like L1 or something, and you just move left to right, and it does it. There's no other place I can like demonstrate though, because yeah, there's literally no other place I can, as far as I know. Maybe a Zarok. I guess that's the only place I can think of. So if you happen to be still around by then, I can demonstrate again. Very good of the king to go a bit forward towards his checkpoint. And the castle as well. Oh, kind of the castle. Okay, so we get the axe next, which is kind of handy for this level, especially in max percent. If only they kept this guy from, well, I'm sure some of you may know that, like in the demo or the beta version of the game, they have this guy giving you the axe as your first weapon instead of the crossbow. But I assume they moved him in the later stages of development because the axe was quite overpowered. But it would have been handy, obviously, from my point of view, especially for this level. It's so handy to use, and I wish I could use it 100%, but we don't use it in 100%. Well, today's your lucky day because I'm doing MediEvil 2 next as well after this, and that's going to be really fun to do because, as you know, I'm just that great at it. The main reason why actually I'm doing MediEvil 2 today is simply to test the disc out and see if it works right in there. Honestly, I don't want to. I don't know if it matters in max percent, but I don't want to lose too much health in this level. There's a max percent in Harry Potter. I know that from what I've seen in the runs, that you tend to skip those certain colour beams, or whatever you call them. So I'm guessing that will be part of max percent to collect every single beam. Oh, I see. So I'm guessing. Well, if it's just if Macroset is just going to include the red beans, then personally, I suppose there's really no real reason to add a max percent category to Harry Potter. I reckon if there was like a lot more to offer than Baby, it would have been considered a good category to run. But if it's just the red beans, then there's really no need. But that's just obviously how I feel. Oh, is that for the, what do you call it, the house cup? Oh, did I get all 6 of them? I didn't realise. I was curious, you know how at some stages like Slytherin takes the lead? Is that always like set? Like, no matter how many points you get, even if you get like the max points you possibly can, Slytherin at some point will always get more. Is that how it works? I guess it kind of follows the movie, like Slytherin is about to like easily win the cup again, but then it's like, oh, by the way, Harry and Ron and them lot like got extra points because of plot convenience, and they've won the cup for plot convenience. Congratulations to Gryffindor. We're gonna give them points because it's Harry Potter. Yeah, that's pretty much what I mean. So yeah, basically no matter what you do, Slytherin will get more points because it's bloody Slytherin. Okay, I don't follow Harry Potter this much, of course, in terms of the books at least anyway, but I'm sure there's a reason why after like the first or second movie they decided to drop the whole like House Cup thing, because I'm sure after the third movie we heard nothing about it again. Unless it's like only for like first year students or something. Like I said, I don't follow Harry Potter that much to know the answer on top of my head, so I'm sure there's some explanation about why that was dropped after the first or second movie, or maybe the first and second book. Either way. I'm just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt and just assume that because it only applies to the first year students, not like every single year in Hogwarts. Or yeah, as you said, like she probably forgot. Hello Net, welcome to the stream. It's higher than 100. I guess technically it's higher than 100% because in this category we get every weapon and every life bottle, which we don't get 100%. Which adds like, if we compare world records, it adds at least 2 to 3 minutes overall, something like that. Oh, he just bloody spawned out of the blue. I'm just gonna kill him, so I don't want to waste any more drumsticks. But he didn't like do his spawning in animation, just appeared out of the blue. Now, the chicken drumsticks better be as OP when remasters come out. They don't nerf them. I thought that went through the floor then. That can happen sometimes with the drumsticks. Wait, did I mention did I promise I was going to do no damage percent? Or was that someone else? I don't recall saying anything about that kind of run. That would be even harder to do than an arm percent, to be brutally honest with you. Wait, where's the guy gone? Oh, is he dead? Oh, he's dead. Okay, cool. Well, in 100%, you get the broad sword, and then after that you don't collect anything else. You don't need to. So, like, you're missing, like, all the best weapons, pretty much. Like, there's no, okay. There's no, magic sword in 100%, there's no, lightning, there's no flaming longbow. Basically, the best weapons you don't see in 100% apart from the dragon armor. Twitch is a small place. It definitely was when I first started playing this category, I guess, in some ways. Speedrunning community-wise. Okay, so I go to this guy to pick up some gold. Not that gold matters, I don't think, at this point, but you never know. I don't think it does, actually. You get the magic sword after this level, so yeah, you don't use gold again. Oh, Pools of the Dead. Oh, baby. Although, this level is not as pain in the ass to do as it is 100%, for the simple reason that you have better weapons to fight the angels. So they're not really the problem. The main problem really for this level is simply not dying and drowning. Yeah, I do miss it back then as well, for two reasons. One, I felt it was more simpler back then, and two, everyone liked me back then. If you know what I'm referring to there. Can't really say the same these days. Oh. And the good thing also, you got the axe. So to get enemies from certain distances, you can do this. You can't retreat to that other area now, like you could do 100%. I'll be able to look at the chat after this level. I can't really do it while I was playing this one, it's such a hard level. So bear with me on that, peoples. Oh, time to retreat, time to retreat! I'll get them afterwards if that happens. I think partly why is because obviously Speedruns Live was much more popular, and that's where I tend to get most of my viewers from. So obviously back in the day for me, I had around about the 60-80 view range whenever I did MediEvil. Well, obviously I never get those numbers now these days. But I think because not many people use speedruns live these days, it's obviously much harder to find these kind of streams. Especially like if you're new in that. It'll be extremely more difficult to get an audience unless obviously you have somebody who's quite a lot popular able to help you out. But other than that, yeah, it's much more harder now. So I don't, from my point of view, I don't expect to get those kind of views ever again on my stream. But yeah, I always appreciate anyone who still watches my stream these days, especially since I'm nowhere near as active as I was back then. Where's the flaming Mongol? No, I still gotta kill too many enemies, so this guy won't matter much. Actually, I wonder. Hey, so now I can do this. See, this shows how much easier this level is on max percent by just having better weapons. This just makes things so much easier, especially against the angels. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about that. That sucks. Magic sword, oh baby. Although we don't use it much in the next level unless I royally screw up with the chicken drumsticks. Like, if my aim is a bit of a pain in the ass, then obviously I've got the magic sword as backup. Which of course I don't have in 100%, which also makes the lake a bit harder in 100% in comparison. Right, in this level I could get a game over, but that would depend if my jump is really horrible. Hopefully it won't be. Hopefully, I have like, based on my current life, I have 7 attempts to do the shortcut. And it can happen where I fail all those 7 times. Hopefully it won't happen though, just for the sake I can finish this run. Worst comes to worst though, then I'll just have to move on to MediEvil 2 and try again some other time. Remember back in the day how we had to get all the runes to like unlock all part of this level? That was pretty fun back in the day. However, with this new skip, we don't do that in any category at all. Oh, nice, first try, get in. That makes up for that death earlier. Well, put it this way: if they gave us any more drumsticks than we already have, then yeah, this would have made this category even quicker than it already is. I think in a way, they should be thankful they didn't give any more than we did, because they're incredibly OP, and I nearly forgot the chalice. That would have been awkward. So I only died once to this level, which is not too bad, and that wasn't even from the skip itself. I'm not sure. I assume my actual PB run, I did it first try of everything, but meh, life goes on. A lot of people don't like when probably back in the day when they were younger and all that. One of the main reasons probably why people didn't get 100% in the league was simply because they destroyed those eyes, and you're not meant to destroy the eyes. Otherwise, those guys will not pop out. You wait for them, and then they'll pop out, kill them. Then you can do whatever you please with the eyes. I learned that the hard way myself when I was here. I played this when I was younger. She didn't care. Fair enough, Whip. Oh, okay, no worries. I'm planning to buy one because I know the colour for my PS1 games is very wrong still. So I could do again a capture card that's like more suited for games like this. And then people won't have to complain about the colour being wrong anymore, or at least I hope not anyway. But I haven't. What's kind of stopping me from doing it is that I feel like I've put enough investment into streaming the stuff already, you know, with buying the NTSC console and all the NTSC games and the current capture card I have and whatnot. I'm just thinking, do I really want to put more investment into it, really? You know, it could cost me quite a bit more to get a capture card that works for games like this. And it's just like, dude, I've paid enough already. I don't want to pay any bloody more. It's not like I do streaming full time anyway, so what's the point? It's like 50-50 right now, to be honest, if I should get one or not. Well, I'm not personally bothered, but if more and more people do get annoyed of the colour being wrong, then I guess I don't really have much of a choice but to actually get one. Alright, time for the level loops. Oh baby. Yeah, it's gonna go wrong, isn't it? Why does this category have to be so nerve-wracking these days? Yeah. Or MediEvil in general, for that matter. Magic sword, this is not 100%. I don't need dragon armor. Well, I kind of do. Kind of. Right, level loop number 1, coming up, coming up, coming up, coming up, up. Ugh. That might not be good where I'm going to land, but at least I've done it. Oh, that's perfect. What am I moaning about? Actually, it's not perfect. The perfect line would actually be somewhere up here. We can get the Chaos Room first. Like, I used to do them all runs, but I could never find a consistent setup for it, so the one I do now is just pretty much the safety way of landing. Oh, I thought there would be a demon there for some reason. Oh, he's here. Well, that's good RNG right there, if I do say so myself. Oh, bloody Nora. Now that's an improvement, I think. I think I'm actually on world record pace now. Quite comfortably. I don't want to be too cocky though, because often when I am, I lose all the time. Because obviously there's still the level loop in the ghost ship, and then after that is more or less straightforward. So yeah, it's just more or less like there's one trick in time device and the skip in the ghost ship. That's probably the only two things I got to worry about now from here on out. Because if I'm going to confess, I have not done the level loop in this level for like a long time, so I need to somehow remember the setup for it whilst I'm doing this level. And I think I know what it is, but I'm not confident if it will work. And if it doesn't work, then I'm screwed because I might soft lock the game. Even if I land wrongly, I mean, okay, if I don't remember it and worst comes to worst, I'll just have to just take the time loss and just fight the captain. Like, the PB would be gone at that point, but at least I'll be able to actually finish the run, which is all I want really from the stream, is just finish the run. No worries, Whip. This has been pretty slow so far, fighting these ghosts. It doesn't help though that the game lags so much on my console. It's pretty hard to hit them quickly when you're lagging. Never had that issue, of course, on emulator. Which is why, of course, one of the many reasons why the emulator is faster than console by a lot. Hello, whip again. Right, let's see if I know how to do this. One, two. Well, that was really lucky. I almost just made it. That was lucky as hell. But I've done it, so I'm not going to complain. And our health is looking pretty steady right now, which is about bloody time in max percent. I went the wrong way, didn't I? Yeah, I meant to get the gold first. Whoops. Can't have the bloody order now. I'm trying to remember if I had to heal in my PB. I hope I did, just for the sake of saving time freely in like time device and that, but I imagine I didn't. So yeah. Hello Key, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing okay today. Wow. That'll have to do. I'm feeling okay. I'm feeling 50-50, which I have been for quite a bit recently, but I'm getting there. Thank you for the good luck. Well, you miss most of the game in terms of skips if you only just arrived now. technically you don't permanently lose it. You have to buy it back from the merchant. So, but obviously, if you lose your magic sword, you have to, well, you have to pay a lot of gold. I don't know how much it is, but it's a crap ton. Like, seriously, a lot. If you lost your magic sword to them. And so every weapon is possible to get back, but it costs a lot of money. Pretty much. Watch this now. This is probably what's going to cost me now. Bloody, of all the tricks in the game, it'll be this one that'll cost me. Okay, we're good. Uh, 25 to 1 for the first clock. Of course, there's no trouble with this level in max percent. You have to remember two clock times. Obviously, in 100%, you only have to remember one. It would be a no-brainer to remaster it based off the original. It would be really silly of them if they based it off the PSP version. Like, I'm sure many people don't mind the PSP version, but surely they should know that everyone wants the original style. But I guess we'll find out, won't we? 10 to 2. Was it this? What was it again? I've already forgot. Okay, so 10-2. And then after that it'll be 25 to 1. The handle's not been too kind to me though. I gotta put the handles all the way around again now. Exactly, that's what's put a lot of people off from the PSV version, that is too kid friendly. And that's not really the whole purpose of MediEvil. So they just want a more dark, basically they want a dark, more serious tone to the remaster, not the goofy kid version we've seen in the PSP version, and I suppose the Battle Royale to some extent as well. But we'll see. We'll see what they decide to do in the end. Do I have my shield? I do not. Oh, I don't have any shields at all. Well, fair enough then. Yeah, I've got loads of health left. I've got 2.5 life bottles to spare, so I don't need to heal up. So hopefully because of that, I can save time. Well, you're in time to see the whole MediEvil 2 run, because I've not started that yet. I will be starting it after this run's finished. And let me say right now, I am not really the best at MediEvil 2 plays. Like, at all. I hardly play the category. So think of it as a fast, casual walkthrough you're going to be seeing when I do MediEvil 2. My aim is simply to beat the game the best I can. $137.47. What's my PB? 137.30. Oof. Well, I'm on pace to beat my time on the leaderboard anyway, but I'm still 17 seconds off my actual best time. So I need to have a good Zarok, basically. Either way, this should be world record as far as official leaderboards and crap goes. Why did I even switch to my dragon armor? I don't know why I did that. I don't need to. Okay, obviously since this is the console, no show the soldier skip and all that rubbish because it'll crash the game, so this has got to do this level as intended. Oh well, life goes on. Oh, thank you very much for the follow. I only just caught that then, because I was looking on OBS. But yes, thank you so much. Okay, so in case you're wondering what to do here, you just basically use the good line in it to heal up your soldiers until they decide to actually kill his Zarok's army. Pretty straightforward, really. Well, it is if you've got enough health. And since I do, I can afford to be, well, I can afford to be relaxed, more or less. Oh yeah, of course, a little tip, if anyone, for whatever reason, when you're reviving, like with the life bottle on that, when that plays, the animation for when you're regenerating health back to full health, that's the perfect time to heal up your soldiers, because you're like basically invincible for those brief moments, so like, you can afford to like heal up your soldiers, like right now. Like this is the perfect chance to like heal as much as you can to them, okay, it doesn't affect your overall health. Make them all green and shiny again. And even, oh Jesus Christ, I just feel them already like down to orange. Zarok's army is overpowered. Are they gonna actually die? They're taking longer than normal, I feel. Okay, now they're all dying. Yeah, now they're all suddenly dying at once. Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Do that, by the way. You press the R1 button and you go left and right, and you can do that sideways step or whatever you call it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Alright. I don't think... Let's see. I don't think this actually be my personal PB. But for the leaderboards, this should be world record by like a minute at least. So I guess I will submit this. Then again, this fight can go disastrously wrong because sometimes Zyro can be a nuisance to hit. I don't think I'll be able to get the whip 5-second kill, unfortunately, so this won't be PB, but oh well, life goes on. Stay there. No, don't run away. Okay, cool. Okay, so I got sub 138. So technically for speedrunning leaderboards on that rubbish, it's world record. Yay. But it's actually not my PB, but whatever. It's a recorded world record evidence you've seen. So G, flipping G. It's actually, judging from these splits, it's actually like, not, it's actually a pretty bad Zarok split, but oh well. Maybe next time. Yeah, I'm gonna say this is my personal best, screw it, because it's like, it's evidence at least, so there you go. Right, so that was MediEvil 1, I got world record. I think. What is my PB on the leaderboards? Actually, I don't even know. I know it's 138, but I don't know what in the 138. $138.45. So I've beaten it by near enough a minute. Okay, yay, cool beans. Not bad, given this is my first run back to the max percent category. I can do better than what I did in this run. I didn't... Put it this way, I didn't get the one Cyclone Yan Queen, I didn't get the time rune skip in Pumpkin Gorge, I died in the lake once. Movement errors in various levels. Didn't get the skip straight away in Cemetery Hill. I was very slow in the ghost ship. So yeah, there's a lot to improve still. So this run is far from it's definitely beatable. Right, I'm gonna have a bit of a breather, and then I'll load up MediEvil 2.